Hey, my name is Kai and I'm going to be showing you how to create and model stylized grass in Unreal and Maya. Within Maya, I will be modeling the grass and editing the Vertex Normals. Within Unreal, I will be applying the grass to your landscape and styling it. And to end it off, I will be adding simple wind to your grass. In Maya, I'm going to start off with a plane, then I'm going to rotate it and elongate it. Using the connect tool, I added 4 lines, and then with the multi-tool, I added a center line. Model the grass to whatever style you want to go for. For me, I'll be going for straight edge bottoms with sharp tops that will mainly be upright. Then duplicate your strand to create a grass bunch. Your grass bunch does not need to be individual, they can be bunched together like this. Rotate it to add some volume and shape to it. Combine your plane geos and freeze history and delete transformations. Now to see the Vertex Normals, go to Display, Polygon, Vertex Normals. Don't worry about the size of your grass, as you can edit that later in Unreal. Then to edit the normals, select all your vertices, go to Mesh Display, then either shift click or click the box to the right on Set Vertex Normals. Input 1 into the Y value, and then see if it has changed the normals upright. Now for the final steps, select your grass, go to front facing perspective by holding space, right click on Maya and going down to select front face. Open up your UV editor, select the faces and go to create camera based. Finally, export your grass as an FBX. Now, once we're in Unreal, we're going to import our grass FBX. Then from there, we're going to create a grass material and then create an instance from that. Open up our grass and adding the grass instance material to it. In the section tab, deselect cast shadows. To add our grass to the landscape, we're going to use the foliage brush. In the brush, add the grass to it and scale it up to around 10 depending on how large you made it in Maya. Increase the density to a high amount and add grass to your landscape. Going back to the select mode, go into the grass material editor. Straight off the bat, go down to the bottom left and change blend mode to masked, shading model to two-sided foliage, then go up to the property matrix and search up tangent, and then deselect tangent space normal. Now for your grass, we're going to start off with adding color. Then adding 2 constants to specular and roughness, making sure roughness is set to 1. Go ahead and save. Your grass should now have a color applied to it. Back in our grass material, we're going to add a gradient to the color. First, add another color, making it slightly darker and making it a bit more bluish. Convert the colors to parameter and add a lerp. Now we're going to add a linear gradient to our grass. Put the V coordinate into the lerp alpha. However, we also want to add a parameter to control the gradient strength. Input a multiply and constant, naming it gradient strength. Additionally, add a saturate node to further amplify the gradient. Go ahead and save. Then open up your material instance and make the gradient strength 1. Before we add wind, I'm going to add a color to the landscape. Create a new material, naming it landscape, then add a material instance. Open it up, following the same as the grass, add a color and 2 constants, making sure roughness is set to 1. Save it and apply the instance to the landscape. To simulate wind, back on our grass material, add a simple grass wind node and plug into the world position. Add 4 constants to each node, making all of them parameters besides the additional WPO. Rename them corresponding to each input and put a value of 1 in each parameter. Go ahead and save it. We now have wind in our scene. However, the bottoms of our grass are still moving. To fix this, go back into the grass material editor and remove the weight parameter. Add a texture coordinate node. This will read our UVs, allowing weight to be determined by it. Then attach a mask node, only selecting the G, which will mask the vertical of our UVs. Then add a 1 - X node to flip the coordinates, making the grass at the bottom not move. Attach to the weight input, save it again, and check your scene. You now have simple stylized grass in Unreal with wind. Thank you for watching.